Hello, and welcome to The Shade. So we open where we left off with Wendy not taking any of Gabrisi's bull. Now, Wendy and Rob are like, oh my God, what's going on? What did Ashley say? She dropped a bomb and left. Why is she so mad? No, Gabrisi was the one who dropped the bomb and put it in Ashley's lap. Ashley just did what a good dog does, which is what her master tells her to. And she's very used to following commands. I mean, the heifer put her own mama out. But then again, it's not like she had enough money to support her on her own. Wendy refuses to break bread with Giselle, and neither would I. However, Giselle is like, I'm hungry, I want to eat. Well, with those cankles, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, the truth is, you look like you had gone to 2 buffets before you hit up BravoCon. You were busting out of that Sindel outfit. At least Sindel could fit her ridiculous Mortal Kombat costume. You can't. And honestly, I feel like that's the motto for your life. You can't. You can't get a man. You can't get your children to love you. You can't get a career. You just can't. You just can't. I don't know if it's because you're lazy, inept, or unintelligent. And the truth is, it really doesn't matter. Success evades you. Gabrice and Gabrisi, I want to give you the strongest F you I possibly can. You gonna say Wendy doesn't belong in this group because she won't allow you to play with her marriage. However, if anybody brings up the man that lives in your phone or the fool that was dealing around with heifers that walked around in parks after dark, the one who wanted to get with ladies of the night, when that plot line was brought to you, child, your man skedaddled, skadished, and skedoffed. So you don't belong in this group because you can't bring a man strong enough to this group to deal with this group. Now, she can, but she won't allow you to play with your lies in her face. She won't allow you to disrespect her family and tell untruths about her man. Now, the thing is, your man has 6 to 7 baby mamas. I mean, we don't know because, he's always creating another one. He is a pastor of future. Child, future, present, and past, quiet as is kept. Sadly, Wendy crying on Karen's shoulder. I'm sorry, but there is no way anyone as ugly, as Cabbage Patch doll-headed, as cankled, as non-dressing, as poor, and as unaccomplished ever say anything to me to make me feel any kind of way where I would drop a tear. I'm sorry. There are a lot of people that could say something to me that could get me in my feelings. Gabrice and Gabrisi ain't one of them. You're a two-faced heifer who can't get a man. What a waste of light skin and green eyes. And still can't get a man. Vanessa Williams, keep a man. You can't. And now, Rob Dixon wants to say, oh, well, there's 2 ways Wendy can respond, and her cussing me out opened my eyes. It should open to your eyes to the fact that your man don't want you, he will never forgive you, and he's only staying with you for the children. For the children. Juan Dixon would rather be in my bussy than in yours. And that's the God's truth. Because Juan may prefer puss, but he'd be like, well, shit, at least he ain't gonna make me broke. At least he ain't gonna run my pockets. But I ain't dealing with your stepchildren now. You can leave those with Rob. Don't bring them over here. Actually, I'd probably be a better mom than Rob because I get up before noon. Was that the truth? Was that an ugly truth? Well, Rob isn't ugly. Was that a handsome truth? Wasn't it? It's sad when I can say I could raise your kids better than you. I could teach them how not to be in debt and how to get up on time. I said it. Child, Alaska got her own confessional. She is giving us a Portia tea. Her breasts are up and doing what they're supposed to do. I appreciate it. I like the hair. You could use one less pack. But I like the hair. I like the confessional look. I like the earrings, actually. I love them. They're a throwback look. I like this, Alaska. I like this. But and I also like how you look, I'm gonna hold Rob Dixon's feet to the fire. Rob gone say, Wendy was always turning up her nose to me in my relationship. What relationship? Please. That's not a relationship, that's a chore. It's an obligation. Robin Dixon, you are a true textbook definition of a burden. You're a burden to Juan. He feels that he has to stay with you because, after all, you're family. Your parents are his parents. You've shared children. He doesn't want to walk away from that. But believe me, he would run away if he had half a chance. If he knew then what he knew now, honey, he would have hit it twice and moved the fuck on and put 2 rubbers on it. Rob Dixon gets on the phone with Juan and talks about how he can get the kids up with his big, deep, scary voice. What the hell do you think you have? For real? You must be a wimp of a mama, because I'm sorry, I was more scared of my mama than my daddy. He would be the one that would be like, Alex, are you awake? My mom would be screaming from downstairs, Al! Breakfast is ready! And it was that moment when it's like your eye opens up and it's like, I have 5 seconds. But then again, if you can't control your finances, I'm not surprised you can't control your children. Karen, I hate to say it, but you need to get your nose redone, because it's just like, oh, you look like the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm tired of like this Toucan Sam Wicked Witch of the West nose. If you're gonna get your nose done, get it done right. We could have dealt with your original nose, but now you need like a remodel. Like it's settled, but it's settled in all the wrong places. Or maybe you just have crappy makeup artists, or maybe it's a mix. But I'm sorry, you need to go to Leah's doctor if you're gonna get your nose done. Go to just get something better, because it's getting on my nerve. It's like Kenya's lumpy butt, but on your face. Okay, Wendy, you better flex. She said, as soon as I'm done with my television segment, I will be down to have dinner with the girls. And she was giving us a very intelligent commentary and, quite frankly, reading The Racist. And I'm here for it. I feel like Wendy is coming into her own this season. I don't think she's changing. I think we're getting a much more authentic her, a more well-rounded her, where it's like, you know what? She can give you a little T and a little A, and then she can also give you a little TA, as in teacher's assistant. She was giving substance. Mia, you sickening lapdog. Well, you didn't start it, Giselle. Ashley started it. Who gave the bone for Ashley to carry? Who? But Gabrice and Gabrissy and her necks, plural. Now, I may be 38, going on 39, but I have one neck, and there isn't a trace of vagina. My neck is pussyless. Get yourself a pussyless neck before you want to start reading people and their marriages. Get yourself a man. Ashley, you couldn't stand being on that trip with them heifers, and you couldn't wait to get back to your husband's clones. Ashley gonna call her family the Darby Quartet with your off-key ass? With your non-singing butt? The fact that Candace can actually eclipse you musically, you don't need to refer to yourself musically. I mean, we heard that auto-tune, when I look into my coffee cup. Girl, them lyrics didn't work for Deborah Cox, and they ain't gonna work for you. Now, Ashley, what I'm not gonna let you do is lie on your coot. Michael does not have a checkered past. Y'all were swingers from jump. From J-U-M-P, jump. And I'm sorry, that cameraman, it was all well and fine, it was all cute and fine until y'all decided to cut them finances off, and that's why he decided to press charges. That's what I believe. If you don't like it, lump it. I don't believe that man done anything that wasn't consensual, otherwise people would have been coming out the woodwork. Now you see, this is why y'all need to be in the Instagram chat, because Broke Babuji just said, but why did Michael's gift ring to Ashley have more money and thought in it than Juan's engagement ring to Robin? Because Juan doesn't want to marry Robin. You don't want to marry Rob? Michael likes being with Ashley. He loves their little thruple, couple, dosey-do, swing your partner to and fro, eat that bussy, dosey-do life. They cool with it. They just, she was like, okay, look, no, you can't embarrass me. You can't be getting out here with hussies trying to sell stories. You got to keep them escorts high end. But Ashley, please, Ashley gives me a look. I'ma outsource that dick. I will be the wife at home, but if you need to go out and get some puss, child, she looks like she will refer you to one of the best hussies in town, if you know what I mean. Show of hands. Who wants to marry Rob? I know, I don't. And Miss Porter said, and neither does Juan. So now all the ladies are enjoying the pool, and Alaska is calling Rob Dixon to task over the fact that she immediately went to Giselle's defense and didn't even listen to Wendy and her logic. Is your lying in vain? I'm happily engaged. At 50, you're happily engaged to a man you have 2 children with. You're happily engaged. Robin, you see, I could tell by the inflection in the way you said, I'm happily engaged. Each syllable killed you softly with its song. When you said that statement, I felt a pain in your soul. I felt it in mine. I am hurting for you in this moment that you had to get on national television and tell that lie. Now, I may be single, but at least I am not trying to claim a man that don't want none of me. Hold on, we got to replay that for the audience. I need everybody to hear the hurt in her heart when she said that, because I felt the hurt. Did you feel the hurt? I felt the hurt. I want to extend a hand in prayer to her on this good Sunday evening. I felt the hurt. And now I'm happily engaged to Juan. I mean, that high note on Juan. I mean, it's just, it was a blink back of a tear. I'm happily engaged to Juan. She started off strong. I mean, I may be single and I have made a poor choice or two in relationships. So Gabrisi says to Wendy, I'd love to talk to you, not your braids, just you. I want to know whose braids those are. I hope that's not your scalp. I really hope that's not your scalp peeping through. I hope that's a wig of braids. Because if that's your scalp, honey, that is painful. I mean, they're just a landing strip. But Gabrisi, you want to say that Wendy's acting high school, but you're out here reading blogs bringing her bullshit about her marriage when you don't have a marriage to speak of, when you're as manless as Kenya Moore. Manless and hopeless. As a penny with a hole in it. Ba 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 ba, your daughters don't like who their mother is, and that is a shame. And honey, I'm just speaking on what I see. Your kids don't like you, and neither do we. So the ladies get to talking about childbirth, but then Candace has to pipe up and say she needs extras for her music video. You are the extra in your music video. You're not the star. You're not the lead. You're an extra in your own song because you're an extra in your own life. Your mama is the star. Your mama is the supreme. However, you are nobody's Cordelia. Oh, God, now we've got a list. You see, I wanted to stay up and do the episode, but now they started playing Drive Back, and the second I heard it, I just got so sleepy. I just, I'm passing out. I'm like, I don't know if I can make it through the episode. Oh, gosh, oh, boy. I think I might need to just have a waffle and go to bed. I mean, you know what? At least the heifer can come up with a lullaby, because that definitely made me want to go to sleep. Not because I wanted to hear it, just because I wanted to sleep through it. So she says this song is about her relationship with Chris. I'm talking about driving back home to my husband. So y'all be fighting like that and he be looking at other women? Because I saw the little video. Is that what's going on? I mean, if I was him, I'd look at other women too because you a little girl. A little girl. Candace gonna say, well, shit, everybody else driving home to their man so I can drive home to mine. Most of these men pay or pay somewhat. I mean, Rob ran off all the Juan's money. Jamal at least has to come through with the child support. Karen's coot had something of a coin until she had to get on the show and become the breadwinner. But you and your man live off your mama. Off your mama. Off your mama. Ooh, you're living off your mama. Off your mama. Whose house is you live in? Off your mama. Off your mama. Then you sold that house and acted like you could afford this. But it's off your mama. And if it wasn't for your mama, you wouldn't have the show. Just drama. So you're living. You're still living. Off your mama. Off your mama. And I wrote that myself. Oh, goodness. So these heifers are rehearsing for their little extra role in a music video ain't nobody gonna watch. All right. I mean, they waste their time anyway. May as well burn a calorie while they're doing it. Karen, don't ever try to twerk again. You didn't shake your ass. It looked like you were having a seizure. A seizure. It was a lower back seizure. That looked like restless leg syndrome. Don't do that. Don't do that. But now we're going to have a little competition between the rhythmless and the mundane. And also in fabulous news, let's talk about tonight's San Francisco treat. I'm having my favorite, grilled octopus from the Blind Butcher on 18th and Castro. Now, this is definitely a Castro institution. The sliders, the filet mignon, and the grilled octopus, I enjoy all of them. Their fries are excellent. They have a sister restaurant, Lark, next door with sliders, fries, and, other small plates. It's one of my favorite places to go. You'll always bump into me there. That's like low-key where I try to get my dinner because it's always on point. And good food in the Castro is hard to come by. So first up, we got the light-skinned heifers, and they ain't got no rhythm. None. I mean, none. The word says it. Mia, you proved something today. You can't twerk plastic. The Nubian queens, however, they're on rhythm and on point. Gabrice and Gabrissy, you gonna say I feel sorry for Ray, I'ma send him a stripper when you need Bolo more than anybody? At least she has somebody to go home to. You have an unfinished barn and children that can't stand you. But you want to talk about Kern's merge. So the boring green-eyed bandits, Alaska and Candace, go play tennis while Kern gets ready to get sworn in as First Lady of Suttonville, Samantha, I know it. Samsung. First Lady of Samsung. Samsung. Girl, that octopus leg hit. It hit. You know what else hit? It hit Wendy in the gut when Karen said we're expanding the Dom to home fragrances, candles, and aromatherapy. I'm sorry, I would get Karen's candles before I would get Wendy's. Like, Karen has grown Ladom. Karen has already been in the fragrance game. She looked like she smelled good. She's really thrown her back into it. She kept Gabrissy out of her business. It sells. It sells in Bloomingdale's, QVC. So I'm like, okay, we ain't heard no complaints. Ain't a bunch of whole YouTube videos saying I got Karen Huger stuff and it stank. So I trust Karen. I'm gonna make a waffle. Okay, she didn't mention her candle line when you were at her house because it's not your business. So in the car ride on the way home from Surrey County, Mia lets Karen know that Gabrice and Gabrisi were still going off on Karen when she left. Oh yeah, it got worse. She said, well, if you're gonna be a weak bitch, then leave. Well, actually, no, she was saying that to Wendy. Gabrice, you want to talk about weak? Let's talk about your business acumen. You're the weakest amongst the bunch. So Candace calls Karen and lets her know the attire for tonight is cocktail, not jean. And of course, Gabrice and Gabrisi is in some cutoff jeans, because that's all she can afford. I wouldn't call her a housewife, I would just call her lazy. Oh goodness, even Rob Dixon. Well, I can't say she's outdressing you, but at least she tried. You don't even try. You always look like you run into Target. You look cute for running to Target. Target. I know for a fact. Candace gonna say at the start of the dinner, let's have a toast to friendship and forgiveness. Forgive Monique. Forgive Monique, and then we'll talk about forgiveness. Who you shouldn't forgive is your sorry ass mama. That's who you shouldn't forgive. But that's also why you're so used to getting a quick bop bop to the mouth. Your mama conditioned you. She's a therapist, she should know. I love how Wendy said, I would like to make a toast to the women in real relationships with men who do not cheat on them. You better tell it. We've got a fake relationship. Oh my God, one eye. We've got a fake relationship. I want to know, how much did you pay him to call in at this dinner to prove, ooh, look, my man's checking up on me. Ooh, look, I got a man. You got one or you are one? The book is out. Your guess is as good as mine. But was he there for you at the reunion last year? Just because he'll get on the phone and you clearly duped him into that phone call, you sent him a quick $1,000 Venmo. And then he said, okay, I'll go on and call. And then he was like, what is this bullshit? You ain't paying me enough. And hung up in your face. Okay, I'm going to call you. He said, I'm going to call you tomorrow, girl. Oh my goodness, to be that desperate. So Wendy, are you going to ignore me as well? Yes, she is. And Wendy said, you know what? Great question. Great question. Now, Wendy, I want you to gather her ass together like you got Gabrice and Gabrisi together, because you read Gabrice and Gabrisi for both of her faces. Quiet as it's kept, she probably a dodecahedron. So Wendy and her braids wig said, no, Rob, I don't want no beef with you. I got beef with Gabrice and Gabrisi. And she said, well, last year at my engagement party, you were screaming the loudest. And now you want to take digs at my relationship. And I take that personally. Now, you were just talking about not caring about rumors. But now you're upset that this woman who lives over an hour and a half away from you is making comments on the relationship that honestly never was. Or at least ain't been since 2005 when she pissed away all his money. Pissed it away. Wait, listen. Did you hear that toilet flush? There goes Juan's money. So Rob, oh my goodness. I hope I find a man as handsome and faithful as Rob Dixon, because, Rob is out here defending Gabrice and Gabrisi like Pete would defend me on a dark and cold night. It is a true pit bull. I think that you are fake because clearly you never really thought that much about me and Juan. And then Wendy said, well, you know what? Okay, you fake, I'm fake, we fake together, because I think you've been fake to me all this week because my girlfriends wouldn't rock how you rock. But clearly you rocking with Gabrice and Gabrisi's twat. That's just how you rock. Now, Maya, I'm going to need you to pick a side. Because you done ran and told that, Wendy pipes up and says, well, Gabrice and Gabrisi, why'd you call me a weak bitch? And me is the one saying, you said that? You said that? I heard you. You said that, Mia. Now, 1 minute you on Karen's side, then you on Giselle's side. Now you're trying to be on Wendy's side. You need to pick a side. Another dodecahedron. And you can't have three faces on a show like this because they will get rid of you. Because I'm already sick of you. And you're coot. You're coot. Oh, and we ended with the Wendy Reed. Giselle, there is nothing that matters that comes from you. And Giselle tries to return serve. Honey, you are irrelevant, impotent, and ignorant. Gabrice gonna say Karen needs a new friend. You need a new friend. Hell, you need a friend, and not just a lap licking lackey like Rob Dixon.